I need you to pause for a moment and truly pay attention, especially if you're a man over the age of 60 and you've been told time and time again that eating more vegetables is the key to maintaining good health. What if I told you that one of the vegetables currently sitting in your refrigerator, something you've believed for years to be healthy, could actually be contributing to your dwindling energy levels, your struggles with an enlarged prostate, and even your decreasing sexual performance? This isn't just about age catching up with you. The truth is, you may have unknowingly been following well-meaning but misleading advice about nutrition, and it's slowly stealing away your vitality, your confidence, and your masculinity. My name is Dr. John. I am a board-certified urologist and men's health specialist with over 20 years of dedicated experience working with men in their 60-second, 70-second, and 80-second, helping them naturally regain their energy, restore healthy testosterone levels, and reclaim their sexual function without relying on endless pills or harmful treatments. Over decades of clinical practice, I've seen one fact become undeniable. The most powerful treatment often isn't found in a prescription bottle, but right there on your plate. However, not all vegetables are created equal. What most men don't know is that certain common vegetables, foods you've been told are super healthy, are actually packed with hidden compounds that disrupt your hormones, increase estrogen, stiffen your arteries, and inflame your prostate. These harmful effects slowly erode your male vitality, leading to fatigue, poor circulation, reduced libido, and a frustrating decline in performance. What's worse, countless experts keep praising these foods as heart-healthy, leaving millions of men unknowingly sabotaging their own health every single day. In this video, I'll expose the truth about these misleading healthy vegetables. I'll show you 3 specific vegetables you need to stop eating immediately if you care about your testosterone, your circulation, and your long-term prostate health. Then, I'll reveal 3 overlooked vegetables that science shows can help restore your manhood. Foods that can naturally boost your blood flow, enhance your confidence, support a healthy prostate, and help you feel like yourself again in just a matter of days. And I won't stop there. I'll also give you a crucial bonus tip on how to cook these vegetables the right way to maximize their nutritional benefits while avoiding harmful compounds that could otherwise damage your health. Trust me, after you learn these shocking truths, you'll never look at the vegetables on your dinner plate the same way again. Before we dive into these groundbreaking findings, I ask you to take one simple step. Click the subscribe button and activate the notification bell so you never miss future videos about staying strong, intelligent, and full of life well into your 60-second, 70-second, and even 80-second. If you find this information valuable, type 1 in the comments below. If not, type 0 to help me improve these videos and make them more useful for you. Now, let's get started with what may be the most shocking and eye-opening truth you've ever heard about the vegetables you thought were helping you, when in reality, they may be silently draining your masculinity every single day. Let me start by unveiling the first vegetable that, despite its long-standing reputation as a health-promoting food, could actually be silently draining your energy and vitality as you age. It's soy. I want to share with you a real-life story about a man I once treated, a case that opened my eyes to just how deceptive certain healthy foods can be when it comes to men's hormones and overall well-being. Brian, a 69-year-old retired school principal, came into my office one rainy Tuesday afternoon. He was married to the love of his life, still mentally sharp, and in seemingly good health overall. But when he sat down across from me, there was a look in his eyes that spoke of deep frustration and quiet embarrassment. "Doctor," he said softly, "my health is fine on paper, but I don't feel like myself anymore. My energy is almost gone. I wake up tired. I drag through the day, and to make matters worse, the passion and spark in my marriage have just faded." Naturally, we ran a series of tests. His cholesterol was only slightly elevated. His heart was in good shape for his age, and most of his vital markers looked normal. But there was one glaring issue. his testosterone levels were far lower than they should have been. And surprisingly, his estrogen levels were unusually high for a man his age. This hormonal imbalance was the missing piece of the puzzle. When I asked about his diet, Brian explained with pride that he had switched years ago to what he believed was a heart-healthy lifestyle. Following his cardiologist's advice, he replaced red meat and dairy with tofu, soy milk, and edamame snacks. At first glance, this sounded like a smart plant-based approach. But as I listened, the pieces began falling into place. Soy, despite its glowing reputation as a healthy food, is packed with phytoestrogens, plant compounds that mimic the effects of estrogen in the male body. For a man over 60, this can have serious consequences. Testosterone naturally declines with age, and adding estrogen-like compounds to your diet throws your hormones further out of balance. The result? Lower libido, reduced stamina, increased fatigue, and in many cases weakened or inconsistent erections. But the problem isn't just obvious sources like tofu or soy milk. Soy hides in countless processed foods, protein bars, snack mixes, sauces, even some meat substitutes, all marketed as healthy alternatives. The food industry loves soy because it's cheap, easy to add to products, and carries a reputation for being good for your heart. Unfortunately, your male hormones know the truth, and the effects can be profound. When I explained this to Brian, he was skeptical but willing to try a change. We replaced his soy-heavy meals with cleaner sources of protein, grass-fed meats, wild-caught fish, eggs, and plant proteins that don't interfere with testosterone. The transformation was remarkable. Within just a few weeks, his energy began returning. His mood lifted, his body felt stronger, and even his intimacy with his wife improved dramatically. About a month later, I received a handwritten letter from his wife that said simply, "Doctor, you've given me my husband back." Am I saying soy is poisonous? Absolutely not. In moderation, it can be part of a balanced diet. But for men over 60, especially those struggling with low energy, poor performance, or a diminished sense of masculinity, cutting back on soy could be a crucial step toward restoring hormonal balance and vitality. And this is just the beginning. If soy surprises you, wait until you hear about the next healthy vegetable on the list. It's a food eaten by millions daily, often in its most processed and harmful form. What most people don't realize is that it can silently fuel chronic inflammation, stiffen arteries, and divert blood flow away from where your body needs it most. You'll be shocked by how common it is and how quickly it can sabotage your health. Corn is one of the most widely consumed staples in diets around the globe, appearing in countless forms in modern meals. However, let me be very clear about what I'm referring to here. I'm not talking about the fresh corn on the cob you enjoy at a summer BBQ, dripping with butter and salt. What I mean is the corn that has been industrially processed and turned into a foundational ingredient of our contemporary food supply. Corn is heavily used to produce items such as high-fructose corn syrup, cornstarch, corn oil, and dozens of other refined products that find their way into packaged snacks, baked goods, sauces, and fast food every single day. To illustrate the hidden impact this can have on health, let me share the story of Logan, a 65-year-old gentleman who came to me with some troubling concerns. Logan wasn't just experiencing erectile dysfunction, he was also chronically fatigued, plagued by persistent joint pain, and frustrated that all his efforts to live healthily seemed to backfire. Out of a genuine belief that he was making a heart-smart choice, Logan had replaced butter with margarine derived from vegetable oils, most of which were heavily corn-based. Unbeknownst to him, this decision was fueling a problem that lurked beneath the surface: chronic inflammation. The culprit here lies in the imbalance of omega-6 and omega-3 fatty acids. While omega-6 fatty acids are essential in small amounts, modern processed corn products contain them in overwhelming quantities. At the same time, many people's diets lack sufficient omega-3 second, which are abundant in foods like walnuts, chia seeds, flax seeds, and fatty fish such as salmon or mackerel. This imbalance can become extreme. Research suggests that the average person's omega-6 to omega-3 ratio is up to 20 to 1, when a healthier balance would be closer to 4 to 1 or even lower. When omega-6 intake far outweighs omega-3 second, the body enters a persistent state of low-grade inflammation. Think of it as a slow-burning fire that never goes out, silently damaging tissues over time. One of the first casualties of this inflammation is the endothelium, the delicate lining of your arteries. The endothelium plays a critical role in producing nitric oxide, a compound that allows blood vessels to relax and blood to flow freely. When inflammation disrupts this process, your arteries stiffen, blood circulation diminishes, and vital organs, including the penis, receive less oxygen-rich blood. This explains why Logan was dealing with not only erectile dysfunction, but also fatigue, stiff joints, and even early signs of prostate enlargement. The very healthy vegetable oils he had relied on were compounding the problem. Logan's path to recovery involved making one crucial change. We drastically reduced his consumption of processed seed oils, such as corn and soybean oil, while significantly increasing his omega-3 intake through nutrient-dense foods and high-quality fish oil supplements. Within just a few weeks, his body began to respond positively. His morning energy levels surged back, his joint pain subsided, and he started experiencing natural morning erections for the first time in years, a clear sign that his vascular health was improving. The lesson here is straightforward yet powerful. Always read labels carefully. If you see ingredients like corn oil, soybean oil, or corn syrup in your everyday foods, understand that you might be unknowingly contributing to inflammation that robs you of vitality. And this is only part of the bigger picture. Surprisingly, there is yet another seemingly healthy vegetable, often praised in detox smoothies and superfood salads, that can interfere with the absorption of the mineral most essential for testosterone production in men over 60. This hidden dietary antagonist shocks many of my patients when they learn about it, proving that not all foods labeled healthy are truly supporting your long-term well-being. I'm talking about spinach here specifically, the habit of consuming large amounts of it in its raw form. While it might seem counterintuitive to think that a leafy green superfood could cause problems, let me illustrate this with the real-life case of Ryder, a 63-year-old amateur marathon runner. Determined to maintain peak fitness, Ryder believed he was making the healthiest choice every morning by blending a massive green smoothie packed with raw spinach. To him, it felt like he was flooding his body with the vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants it needed to thrive. However, the reality painted by his blood test results told a very different story. Despite regularly eating foods rich in zinc, Ryder's testosterone levels were low, and his zinc levels were critically deficient. On top of that, he experienced a noticeable drop in libido, leaving him frustrated and confused. The issue wasn't that Ryder lacked nutrients in his diet. It was how one particular compound in raw spinach was interfering with his body's ability to use them. This culprit is called oxalate. Raw spinach is one of the richest sources of oxalates, tiny compounds that act like mineral thieves in the digestive system. Instead of letting your body absorb essential nutrients, oxalates bind to them and carry them out of your system. Zinc, one of the most important minerals for men's health, is a prime target. And as you know, zinc is crucial for testosterone production, prostate health, and maintaining vitality in manhood as you age. So, unknowingly, Ryder's daily smoothie habit was draining his body of one of the very minerals it needed most, all while he thought he was doing himself a favor. This doesn't mean spinach is bad. It's actually packed with magnesium, iron, and other beneficial compounds. The key isn't what you eat, but how you prepare it. A simple change, like lightly steaming or sautéing spinach instead of eating it raw, drastically reduces its oxalate content, freeing your body to absorb all the good nutrients it offers. Once Ryder swapped his raw green smoothie for an omelet topped with sauteed spinach, things began to change quickly. Within a matter of weeks, his zinc levels rebounded, his testosterone increased, and his energy and libido started to return. The lesson here is clear. Sometimes it's not about eating more healthy foods, but about eating them the right way to let your body truly benefit. Now that you've uncovered the hidden enemies lurking on your plate, it's time to shift the focus and take charge of your health from a different angle. Instead of just avoiding harmful foods, let's talk about actively rebuilding your vitality, improving your circulation, and rebalancing your hormones naturally. The truth is, many men over 60 unknowingly deprive their bodies of some of the most powerful yet overlooked allies for long-term health. Vegetables that are inexpensive, widely available, and proven to strengthen your body from the inside out. These aren't exotic superfoods you need to hunt for. They're everyday veggies that most men ignore because they seem too ordinary to make a difference. Yet, when used correctly, they can transform how you feel, how your blood flows, and how much energy you wake up with each morning. The first of these forgotten heroes is the humble beet, a vegetable that stands as an undisputed champion for circulation support. If poor blood flow is your enemy, beets are your secret weapon. Many men experience the symptoms of weakened circulation without realizing it. Fatigue, cold hands and feet, sluggish energy, even trouble performing well during physical activity. Brian once described his problem as feeling like his system had no pressure, as though his blood wasn't flowing strongly enough to power his body. The simplest natural solution to that problem turned out to be right in his kitchen: beets. Here's why they work so well. Beets are one of the richest sources of dietary nitrates found in nature. When you eat fresh beets, your body converts these nitrates into nitric oxide, a molecule sometimes called the master key to circulation. Nitric oxide relaxes and widens your blood vessels, allowing blood to flow freely and deliver oxygen and nutrients where they're needed most. Imagine taking a garden hose that's been kinked and barely dripping water and suddenly releasing the pressure so it sprays like a firefighter's cannon. That's what nitric oxide does for your arteries, dramatically improving blood flow. Scientific research backs this up. A study published in the Journal of Nutrition revealed that consuming beet juice can significantly lower blood pressure and improve endothelial function, the health of your arterial linings. However, there's one critical detail that many people overlook. Not all beet preparations deliver the same benefits. The nitrates in beets are delicate and can be destroyed by certain cooking and preservation methods. Pickling, for instance, involves high levels of vinegar and sodium, which not only diminishes the nitrates, but can also constrict blood vessels, undoing the very benefit you're trying to gain. Likewise, beets that are canned or heavily processed lose much of their nitrate content due to prolonged high-heat treatment. For maximum effect, you want to eat beets fresh and as close to their natural state as possible. Grating raw beets into a salad, lightly steaming them or roasting them gently at low heat preserves their powerful nitrate content. Fresh beet juice is also an excellent option, offering a concentrated dose of these circulation-boosting compounds. The key is simplicity. Keep them natural, avoid overprocessing, and your body will thank you with stronger, more vigorous blood flow, better energy, and improved overall vitality. Despite all the advice found in countless nutrition guides, there is one powerful yet often overlooked ally for men seeking hormonal balance: broccoli. Many believe that vitality in men is solely about maintaining high testosterone levels, but the truth is more nuanced. Real male vitality comes from keeping a healthy balance between testosterone and estrogen, and that's where broccoli plays a critical role. This humble green vegetable is far more than a dinner-side dish. It is one of the most potent natural supports for men over 60, especially for preserving prostate health and aiding in the body's detoxification of excess estrogen. Broccoli, like cauliflower, kale, and other cruciferous vegetables, contains a remarkable compound called sulforaphane. This natural plant nutrient has been widely studied for its powerful benefits. It helps lower chronic inflammation throughout the body, supports liver detoxification processes, and, crucially for older men, helps flush out surplus estrogen. When estrogen levels rise too high relative to testosterone, men can experience fatigue, mental fog, weight gain around the midsection, and even reduced muscle strength. Sulforaphane works to counteract this, supporting a healthier hormonal balance that keeps men feeling sharp, energized, and masculine well into their later years. However, there's an important detail that most people miss. The way you prepare broccoli dramatically affects whether you actually get these benefits. Sulforaphane is incredibly heat-sensitive. Prolonged cooking, especially microwaving for several minutes or boiling broccoli until it turns limp and lifeless, destroys a significant amount of this vital compound. What's left is essentially just fiber, still useful for digestion, yes, but far from the powerful prostate-protecting, hormone-balancing food it could have been. I once had a patient, Logan, who illustrates this perfectly. He was in his mid-62nd, struggling with low energy, frequent nighttime urination, and a foggy mind. When I asked about his diet, he proudly stated, "I eat broccoli almost every night." It sounded promising, but when I inquired about preparation, he replied, "Oh, I microwave it for 5 minutes until it's really soft." Unknowingly, Logan was destroying the very nutrient his body desperately needed. He thought he was making a healthy choice, but the way he prepared his broccoli rendered it nearly useless. We made a simple change. Instead of microwaving, he began lightly steaming his broccoli for just 3 to 4 minutes, or even enjoying it raw, with a healthy dip like hummus or Greek yogurt. The difference was remarkable. Within weeks, his energy levels started to rise. His nighttime bathroom trips decreased, and his mental clarity noticeably improved. This wasn't a miracle pill or a complicated supplement plan, just a small shift in cooking habits that allowed nature's medicine to work the way it was designed. This story highlights a powerful lesson for men over 60. Little habits matter, and repeated small mistakes can rob you of vitality over time. Eating more vegetables is an excellent decision, but how you prepare them can make or break their benefits. Overcooking broccoli doesn't just dull its flavor. It robs your body of one of the strongest natural compounds known to protect the prostate, support detoxification, and keep testosterone in healthy balance. Gentlemen, do not underestimate this forgotten hero of hormonal health. Broccoli, when prepared properly, can be your silent guardian, a natural defender of your masculinity and well-being. It's not about adding more pills or expensive treatments. Sometimes it's as simple as changing how you prepare the foods already on your plate. Small changes can have a big impact, and in the journey to maintain strength, energy, and vitality after 60, every detail counts. Mushrooms, yes, mushrooms. Specifically the common white button mushrooms you can find in nearly every grocery store. They are much more than just a topping for pizza or a filler for salads. These small, unassuming fungi are, in fact, a natural powerhouse for supporting men's hormonal balance and overall vitality. Let me reintroduce you to Ryder, the 63-year-old avid runner I mentioned earlier. Despite successfully boosting his zinc levels through dietary changes, he continued to feel that something was off, his libido remained low, his energy and competitive drive weren't fully restored, and he couldn't figure out why his body wasn't responding as expected. Ryder's situation was not due to a lack of nutrients, but rather a hidden biochemical process. As men age, an enzyme called aromatase becomes more active, particularly in those carrying even a small amount of extra belly fat. Aromatase is essentially a thief of testosterone. It converts this vital male hormone into estrogen, diminishing its availability before your body can fully utilize it. For Ryder, this enzymatic activity was the missing puzzle piece. Despite having improved zinc levels, his testosterone was being stolen and transformed into estrogen too quickly. leaving him feeling drained and less like himself. This is where the humble white button mushroom shines. Scientific research, including studies conducted at the Beckman Research Institute, has shown that compounds found in these mushrooms act as natural aromatase inhibitors. While they don't directly boost testosterone production, they act like protective guardians, shielding existing testosterone from being converted into estrogen. By blocking this unwanted transformation, mushrooms allow more free active testosterone to circulate in the bloodstream, supporting increased vitality, sharper mental focus, improved libido, and even better muscle maintenance. I suggested that Ryder start incorporating sauteed white button mushrooms, cooked lightly with garlic and olive oil, into his meals a few times a week. Within just over a month, he called me with an unmistakable excitement in his voice. "Doctor," he said, "this is it. My drive is back. My energy feels steady and strong, not frantic. I haven't felt this composed and confident in more than a decade." With every bite of mushrooms, Ryder wasn't just eating food. He was actively protecting his hormones, reclaiming his vitality, and unlocking a level of well-being he thought he had lost forever. This simple dietary addition became the final piece of his hormonal health puzzle. Properly cooked broccoli for optimal hormonal balance, freshly prepared beets to support healthy blood flow, and nutrient-rich mushrooms to safeguard your testosterone levels. These aren't just trendy health hacks. They're backed by solid science, proven to make a measurable difference in men's vitality and well-being. What these functional foods demonstrate is a powerful truth. The key to regaining your strength, confidence, and manhood isn't locked inside a pill bottle. It's right there on your plate, in the natural, nutrient-packed meals you choose to eat every single day. To ensure you reap the full benefits of these powerful foods, let's pull everything together with a straightforward, actionable plan. And stick around, because the bonus tip I promised may be a real game changer for many men. Earlier, we highlighted which vegetables you need to treat with caution or avoid in excess. For example, soy products can have estrogen-mimicking effects in the male body if consumed in high quantities, potentially disrupting hormonal balance. Processed corn, stripped of its natural fiber and overloaded with inflammatory compounds, can harm vascular health over time. Even spinach, while healthy in moderation, can bind to zinc when eaten raw in large amounts, robbing your body of this vital testosterone-supporting mineral. On the other hand, 3 powerhouse vegetables deserve a permanent place in your diet. Mushrooms, particularly varieties like white button and shiitake, have compounds that help protect testosterone from being broken down. Properly steamed or lightly sauteed broccoli is rich in indole-3-carbinol, a compound known to regulate estrogen levels in men, supporting a healthy hormonal balance. And fresh beets, abundant in nitrates, naturally boost nitric oxide production, improving blood flow, circulation, and performance where it truly matters. But here's the promised bonus tip that takes these benefits even further. While most men know about magnesium and zinc, few are aware of another mineral that can supercharge testosterone production: boron. This often overlooked trace mineral plays a crucial role in freeing up testosterone already produced by your body. Normally, a protein called sex hormone-binding globulin binds to testosterone, making a large portion of it inactive and unavailable for use. Boron has been shown to reduce SHBG levels, effectively increasing your free testosterone, the type that powers your strength, energy, focus, and libido. Getting boron doesn't have to mean spending money on expensive supplements. Nature has already provided affordable, delicious sources of this mineral. Foods such as dates, raisins, almonds, walnuts, and yes, the nutrient-dense avocado are rich in boron. A simple handful of raisins as an afternoon snack, adding chopped dates to your breakfast oatmeal, or blending half an avocado into a smoothie can provide this hidden booster for your testosterone levels. It's a small, effortless change with the potential for a profound impact on your energy and overall vitality. Think of boron as the invisible force that amplifies everything else you're doing for your health. Combined with a diet full of testosterone-protecting mushrooms, hormone-balancing broccoli, and circulation-enhancing beets, it creates a synergistic effect that no synthetic pill can match. These are the foundational steps, natural, science-backed, and sustainable for life, that help men over 40, 50, and even 60 reclaim their health, confidence, and intimate vitality. If you found this information helpful or know someone who might benefit, please take a moment to like, share, and leave a comment below. Your story, your questions, or even a simple thank you can inspire another man to take his first step toward lasting health. I read every single comment, and your feedback directly shapes the future of this channel. If you know a man over 60 struggling with low energy, confidence issues, or waning vitality, send this video his way. It could make more difference than any prescription medication ever could. Finally, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss future discussions where we'll continue uncovering powerful, natural ways to support your health. Together, we can redefine what it truly means to age with strength, vigor, and grace. Thank you for trusting me and for being part of this growing community committed to better, healthier living.